Let's take a detailed look at the LEGO Star Wars Coruscant Guard gunship. It comes with 1,083 pieces and has a suggested retail price of 140 US dollars. Those pieces are divided among 10 different building stages, and there's one instruction manual inside that does not have a detailed write-up about the ship. Essentially just showcases the building stages. In addition to the instructions and parts, you also get a small sticker sheet. The build of the set was actually extremely satisfying and really well constructed. You start with the base, and then you build like a separate component which actually attaches to that base. With like Technic lift arms and Technic bricks, of course. And then you install the sliding doors, cockpit, and also the wings with the massive cannons on top. This set comes with 5 minifigures. We've got Chancellor Palpatine, Padme Amidala, Commander Fox, and 2 Coruscant guards. I love the red clone, specifically Commander Fox. It's like a reverse red clone, super cool. And also Padme and Palpatine come with alternate faces. And all the minifigures have some nice print detailing on their back as well. So some pretty fantastic minifigures with this set, that's for sure. And they just pair up beautifully with the Coruscant Guard gunship. Look at the colors on this thing. Isn't it cool? A lot of people, I think, wanted the other color of gunship, but I like the white and the dark red and the dark gray. This thing just like really pops. You can see the size of it. It's much smaller than the UCS gunship, of course. I don't have any other gunships in my collection to compare it with, but something that's really neat about it is built into that upper section that we attach to the base, there's actually a hook right there. So you're able to sort of pick it up and suspend it in air, or you could even hang this ship very easily. I've seen that in some other LEGO Star Wars ships, specifically the Star Destroyer had one just like that. Pretty neat. And then, of course, in front of that hook there, we've got the 2 cockpits. I guess it's like a dual cockpit, right? And the windscreens that go over top of that, and those can open up. And of course, we'd be able to fit minifigures in there quite well. In fact, I can put a trooper in there no problem, very easily. There is something that sort of bothered me in this area, and that, of course, is having to do with stickers. I do not like 1x1 stickers, and there are 2 1x1 stickers right there with the Galactic Republic logo on them, and it's on a cheese slope. Inside the cockpit, there's just one small detail. It's just a printed 1x2 slope, but you can fit a minifigure in there perfectly, and I really don't mind that. Yeah, looks good. The front of the ship, coming down there, we've got the 2 turrets, and they use like the ball pieces, and they can just sort of rotate. They're just built using the bars, and they also have the Technic pin on the end. And moving around to the side of the ship here, we have another large sticker element, which is the Galactic Republic logo. I wish that was a print piece. Like, how cool would that print piece be, right? Like, that would be so neat. And this is actually on a door that can open like that there. To be honest with you, it doesn't open, like, doesn't have a huge range of motion. It doesn't open very wide, but this door also slides open as well. And that one opens up pretty good. In the interior, there's not much, just some of those modified plates there with a few studs on them, like the 4x6 plates with the perimeter of studs. Not really any interior detail in there, but I really love the the detail on the door, just using all of those triangular plates and also the triangular tiles. Like, that is fantastic. There's also some of the transparent black tiles on there. And I just think that these doors come together pretty nicely. There's a few gaps in there. I'm not sure if that's actually authentic to, you know, the actual Coruscant Guard gunship, if those gaps are real. I know, or like if it's authentic. I know some of the older gunships didn't actually have the sliding door, and I'm glad to see them on this model here. And then, of course, we've got our robust wings here. It's going to make it a little bit difficult to display just because this thing is so wide. It's got a large wingspan. Some nice combination of tile and stud finish. There's also some grill elements built into that. And then we've got our stud shooters right there. And then some nice curved slopes leading up to the cannons, which are on the top of the wings there. But with all sorts of nice curved pieces here to give them a smooth sort of finish.
And I actually really like the use of the masonry bricks in here as well, like on this back portion. This is built using some slopes, and there's actually some masonry bricks to give it a little bit of texture. And then there's actually a little thing that can open up right there. And I made the mistake of how I actually opened those doors. You can actually just pull on this piece right here. I don't know why I didn't do that, but it's a nice mechanism that will open and close those doors. And then there is the back hatch that can open up as well. And that's just adapted using a couple connector elements. So it can sort of be held open at different points. And then we have the back turret, which is just a ball joint with the Technic pin. And one thing I really admire about this set and the other gunships as well is this angle here and the way that the cockpit is actually built and then attached to the model. This angle is just tremendous. Working with angles and Lego is always very difficult, and they're able to achieve a really nice one there with those different triangular plates and just the way it's mounted at that angle. So this ship has like a lot of like nice textures. It's a rock solid build too. Like it's very durable. The fact that it has the hook is huge in my opinion. I love that. I would love to see somebody hanging these in their Lego room. Taking a look at the bottom, you can see there's just some plate work and also inverted slope work on the bottom to support the foundation of this ship. And then we built that top part and sort of attached it to the foundation, and away we go. And I forgot to point out on the back hatch there that there is another Galactic Republic sticker element. It's a 2x2 sticker on a 2x4 tile. I love the stripes on the doors, and just everything about this looks fantastic. I wish that there was maybe a little bit of interior detail and maybe a printed piece. That would be fantastic. The only printed pieces we got, I think, were in the cockpit there, but I sort of wish that maybe these 4x4 tiles were printed. That would have been pretty cool. So there we go. We've got the Coruscant Guard gunship, a pretty epic set coming out here in the fall of 2023. I think a lot of people are pretty happy with this. I'm glad they went with like a variant edition of the gunship. I think that was a really clever choice by them, and I'm really excited about this thing. I think it can swoop pretty good, and it's very durable. And I think it's a great addition to the Lego Star Wars lineup because they've never really made a gunship like this. Any takeaways of it? I mean, price aside, Lego Star Wars is always expensive. That's just the way it is. I think we've got some unique figures that are very interesting, like these red troopers. And I think the foundation, like the way it was constructed was fantastic. With that said, this is my second gunship that I've ever built. I built a UCS one and this one. Let's take a look at it beside the UCS one because I think that'd be funny. Like the UCS version is actually ridiculously large. It doesn't even accommodate minifigures properly. We could literally park this on top of troopers beside the UCS version, and I just think that's hilarious. Like, look at the size difference. So what would you rather have, you know, one of the giant ones or multiple of the small ones? I don't know. I guess that's up to you to decide. So everybody, there we go. It's a Lego Star Wars Coruscant Guard gunship. Let me know what you think of it by commenting below. Please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for some more great stuff, and farewell.